know inside exactly what you want. You have this core feeling of, the path you want to go down, but the people that you surround yourself with don't align with your mission or your purpose. Humans do not matter to me anymore because I do not view them as competition.
So if you disobey the law long enough, it eventually leads to violence. They'll have a vape, they'll have their phone.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to 1% Podcast, the best self-improvement podcast in the world. Today we have 4 fine specimens in the room. Our main guest, Rory. I've known him for ages. Most of you guys will know. I have known Rory. We started off sort of as business partners, but recently we've become really good friends. So how's it going, bro?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. So I already know what you do, but I'll ask you anyway. What's your mission? What's your purpose? Why do you make content?
What is my mission? What is my purpose? And why do I make content? My mission is to obviously inspire others, whether that be through improving my own life or just, showing what is possible from, ground zero, more or less. My motivation, was that the third question?
It wasn't the third question, but it's similar, very similar.
Oh, yeah, sure. My motivation, you've only got one life. I'm not going to say, it's cringe, right?
That's so true.
This is why I fail to understand why so many people, are complacent and they feel, I guess, if you don't want more in life, then all power to you, right?
Yeah.
But personally, I cannot relate to that on any level, right? I feel like I have to be doing something more with my life, whether that be, like putting content out for other people to consume, whether that just be getting a good physique and whatnot, it doesn't really matter. I just want to do something that separates me from, the sheep or the crowd or whatever.
100%. I feel like I explain this a lot in the creator versus consumer videos. So I feel like some people are just more genetically wired to create, but that's not completely all the case. Like some people they haven't found what they want to do yet, or they set themselves belief limits so they don't even think they can do it.
Yeah, right.
And they're so socially conditioned by average people that that's just where they end up. So the average of the 5 people you hang around.
That's why I'm extremely grateful to be around you guys because, I used to hang around guys that just weren't following the path I wanted to follow. And it's very difficult when you know inside exactly what you want. You have this core feeling of, the path you want to go down, but the people that you surround yourself with don't align with your mission or your purpose, right? So probably the most important thing you guys will have to think about is you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. I've said this quote a million times, but it is the most relevant thing you will ever hear in your entire life.
I guess the biggest thing to breaking habits too. It's just what is your environment, who you're hanging around with.
Right.
Because if you've got people that are in your life telling you, oh, let's go out tonight, let's go out Saturday night. It's you gotta know you're gonna go out. It's very hard to say no, isn't it? It's hard to say no. You gotta be so mentally tough and assured of what you want. Yeah. So instead of having people telling you let's go out drinking, you gotta have people saying let's go out gym. Let's go have an ice bath. I don't want to do a fucking ice bath, but you're gonna do an ice bath because everyone's forcing you to do it.
Boys are doing it.
Yeah. It's about accountability.
It's peer pressure, but healthy peer pressure.
Healthy peer pressure. That's the new word of the day, boys. Healthy peer pressure. No, but it's so real. It's so easy if you hang around a bunch of losers to end up like them because they're rubbing off their belief limits onto you as well. They're saying, oh, well, I can't do this, so that means you can't do this.
Exactly right.
And it's so easy to fall into that. So you have to be strong enough and so assured in what you want. You say, no, fuck that. I'm willing to lose you and do it myself and find other people that are on the same journey.
I think this is also relevant to relationships you have with women as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have another question as well.
Yeah.
What are your views on fatherless children?
Well, I honestly think that's why there's so many kids watching, Andrew Tate, Hamza, because I don't know. Can you actually look that up? What's the percentage of kids without
85% of single parent families are fatherless.
85%.
Yeah. I think especially in Australia, I know so many people with the exact setup where it's see your dad every second weekend, 2 days. That's fucked.
Again, I don't think you need to see your dad every day.
No, you don't.
You don't. But it's still, I think it can be damaging if you're being brought up by a woman.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially in the school
maybe I'm a misogynist. I don't know.
No, but
we're wearing the tight shirts.
No,
maybe we are.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Just got chuck on the sunnies now.
I can say personally though, I don't know. I struggle to relate to female teachers. When I was in school, all my favorite teachers were males. That doesn't. I don't think that makes me sexist. I think it's just I can relate to them a bit better. They know how
they know how men work.
They know how we work. Yeah.
And that's when you go to your dad, for instance, saying, "Oh, I got in a bit of a fight." He says, "Oh, well, did you win?" He's like, "Oh, how was it?" But if you do that, if you go to a female teacher or you go to your mum about it, they'll just punish you for doing that.
Just freak out.
Even though that's in you primarily. That's in you.
Exactly right. And they always say, violence isn't the solution.
So if you disobey the law long enough, it eventually leads to violence. So let's say you park in the wrong spot. All right, so they give you a parking ticket. You say, fuck you, I'm not paying that parking ticket. Okay, you go to the court. I'm not going to court. Okay, well, they come and find you. They go to your house and knock on your door. You're not coming in. Okay, so say they go get a warrant. They go in with a warrant. No, you can't come in. Well, they'll just bash you, arrest you. Then you go into jail. I'm not going to jail. And they'll just fucking kill you. Okay guys, quick intermission. I hope you're all enjoying the podcast so far. As a lot of you will know, we are not sponsored by anyone. Anything shown or promoted on this podcast was either made or owned by us. So if you are enjoying the podcast, what you can do to support us is hit that subscribe button and click on notifications if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify, you can favorite this podcast so you don't miss out every single time we upload. A new episode is put out Friday, 6 p.m. every week. We talk everything self-improvement from gym, mindset, money, and we try and make every week as exciting as the last one. With that being said, all of the other links to our self-improvement clothing, our socials, and all other projects, it's all down below, so go check that out. But without further ado, here's the rest of the podcast. Thanks for watching. Rory, so obviously a massive part of your life is the gym and general aesthetics. What actually got you into the gym? Was there a YouTuber? Was there an influencer? Or was it just objectively looking at yourself and saying, I am so skinny?
Yeah, right. So obviously it always comes from a level of feeling inadequate, right?
Yeah.
So you're never going to get into that if you feel like you're good enough. So this is why I always stress to you guys, if you're born with a shitty base, or, you know, like, to be fair, when you're 14, you're always born with a shitty base.
Yeah, you haven't even gone through puberty.
You know, everyone's skinny or fat or whatever, right? Exactly. But if you feel like you're one of the weird kids or inadequate kids in high school especially, that does set a precedent for feeling not enough. So, you know, you look at guys like Ziz, David Blade, you know, my two heaviest inspirations, right? Ziz especially, he was always bullied for being skinny and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just a nerdy cunt, you know, sort of. Yeah, he sold his, I think it was...
World of Warcraft.
I think it was, World of Warcraft account to get into the gym. David Lade himself.
That's so good.
David Lade himself was literally 90 pounds and 5'7". You know,
90 pounds.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like 40 kilos.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's insane. So, you know, most people who do get into the gym always come from feeling not enough.
Yes.
And it's the most powerful driver for success, in my opinion.
So do you think working out gave you your confidence, or did it just help with your confidence?
My ego needed substance.
100%.
Yeah.
It needs to be backed up.
Exactly right. Everyone has an ego.
Yeah.
Everyone has an ego. I can't stress that enough. But not a lot of people have earned their ego. I'm not taking that as a... I've heard that quote from the one who shall not be named before, but it is true. It is true. Like, you have to put in... You cannot be egotistical or, you know, quote unquote, up yourself, or actually just feel confident within yourself.
Within yourself, yeah.
Unless you have that substance, unless you've, you know, actually done something to earn that pride.
It's like when people say, oh, you've got a big head or you've got a big ego. It's like, you've got a big ego too, dickhead. You just haven't done anything.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's awkward when you try and present that ego because you haven't done anything.
So my favorite saying is competence is confidence.
Yeah, competence is confidence, 100%. You gotta have all these list of things and accolades that you've achieved before you can go out and be quote unquote confident or present your ego to people.
It's like Conor McGregor's the best example of that.
100%.
I talk shit, but I back it up. Like,
Yeah, I think being quote unquote egotistical can be either attractive or unattractive. It can be attractive if you are confident within yourself, but if you're just spitting out bullshit, pretending like you're the man. It's like when people scream affirmations in their mirror, like, I am the man. You haven't done anything.
It's like, just become
That's
the
just
man.
you look like an idiot. Yeah,
Become the man.
Become the man.
Come naturally. Like,
Play the game of life and achieve things. Complete all the missions.
The way I look at confidence, I think that confidence is great when you keep it within yourself and you don't try and portray it to everyone around you. So what I did when I was, originally going on my self-improvement journey or whatnot, right? I just felt the need to tell everyone how good I was. When, you know, like in reality, maybe like at that point I was still average or still just, you know, a little bit above average in terms of, you know, my progress in life and whatnot, right? But I feel like once you get to a point where you feel comfortable within yourself, you're not insecure anymore, you just feel like, okay, well, you know, these people's opinions do not matter to me anymore because I do not view them as competition anymore.
Yeah.
You're right. So, you know, yes, it may sound egotistical. I mean, yes, I may sound up myself, but, you know, like, I've earned that. So, why can't I?
the world will tell you that too. Like, you'll notice the difference as soon as you become competent. you'll get treated as a confident person, even if you don't like act confident. People just see that you're doing really well, and you do get treated better. Like you get treated way better.
Yeah, of course.
What do they say? It's you can get positive feedback or negative feedback, and if you're in a negative feedback loop, that can be fucking terrible for you. So if you can it's like what you've done. You've improved your appearance, and I'm sure you've noticed the different feedback you get when talking to people.
It's night and day, bro.
Yeah, night and day. Yeah. So if you're ugly, people, what's it called? The devil effect or the halo effect?
Yeah.
Attractive presidents always win. So there was this thing where I think it was Joe Biden actually. He basically did this speech and he did just an audio of it with this other guy that wasn't so attractive. And that was when Joe Biden was quote unquote attractive. But anyway, when it was the audio, they were relatively the same. But when it was caught on video, Joe Biden won by quite a significant amount because he looked the part. So it gives you the halo effect. When you look good, people they treat you better.
Joe Biden.
Was
this age?
Yeah, ages ago. Young Joe Biden.
Handsome Joe Biden.
Handsome Biden.
Pre-dementia.
Bro, he's got no fucking idea what he's doing.
Brain deterioration.
What were your inspirations growing up? Who were the people you looked up to?
Well, just the two guys I listed before, Ziz, David Lane. When it comes to my mindset per se, I don't know. I'd never really picked anyone's brain, really. I just sort of went through my own, journey and, my own experiences and whatnot. Like the thing that does annoy me by, like when you're guys like us, right, and we're doing things, like we're 19, 20 years old, right? You're going to have a lot of people say like, oh, who do these guys think they are, whatnot.
Yeah.
Because, like, they have almost this entitlement because they are older than us. They feel like, okay, these guys, are too young to be thinking they know everything. And yes, there is some truth to that, right? Like I remember making a self-improvement channel, like almost copying Hamza. When I was 18 years old and I just looked sloppy as fuck. And, of course no one's going to listen to me because I've experienced fuck all in my life. So what is the point?
It's like that awkward stage you have to go through when making, if you are making like self-improvement videos, you got to go through like an awkward stage where you're not fully completed yet or you're not even like anywhere near there. But what are say for instance, young Jimmy's watching at home, let's say this tends to be the general demographic, 16 to 19 years old. What's the first thing you can do? Let's say he's not comfortable with how he looks. What's the first thing you can do to improve his looks aesthetically?
That he's not going to like it, but I'd say you got to be ruthless. You gotta be ruthless with
look at yourself objectively.
Exactly right. So everyone, I feel like everyone to a certain degree, when they look at themselves in the mirror, there is almost like a little bias. So like when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, your brain actually, it doesn't recognize the asymmetries, the flaws, whatnot, because you're constantly seeing yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right? Then, for example, you see yourself on a camera like this, right? You get body dysmorphia and you feel insecure as fuck. So you go from having a God complex to feeling body dysmorphic literally within a few seconds just because you're used to your reflection.
So do you think it'll ever be enough looks-wise? Or will you always be trying to like level up how you look?
I'd say I'm always going to try and level up. It's just the human nature to always try and improve, right?
Yeah.
And, like the way I view like Looksmaxxing and stuff like that at the moment, it's not really it's not my life's mission per se. It's just as Hamza would say, it's a purpose layer, right? So
it is.
It's just a layer of my purpose and I'm sort of peeling that one back.
Yeah, people do it subconsciously too. Like guys, like I feel like it's sort of looked down upon if you're really focused on what you look like as a guy. It's sort of like it's gay or you're like you're so self-absorbed. But like that's like the reason why you like anyone does their hair or anything. It's just to another minimal degree. But I feel like you do get to a comfortable range where you've improved your looks to a point where you say, look, I'm comfortable with how I look. Everything else is sort of extra that's making me look fucking sexy or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So you get to a comfortable range where you look alright. Your physique has definitely helped with your general appearance. What's the first thing? What's the easiest thing people can do to get motivated to go to the gym? How can people stick to the gym? It's the biggest problem a lot of guys have.
Stick to it. Oh, Jesus.
I'd say surround yourself with people who go to the gym.
Facts. That is the biggest thing, 100%.
Yeah, like that's why having a twin, like you, like having you there, it's like we're not going to skip days because if I'm going, you're going, and if you're going, I'm going.
Yeah, that is so true.
It's like I'm just going to bully you into going if you say, "Oh, I don't want to go to the gym today."
I think it's even become more apparent now that we're all living together. It's even with the ice baths. I don't want to do a fucking ice bath today, bro. I don't want to get in a fucking water of ice.
Yeah, I looked at Hayden today this morning. I like just got out of bed. I'm like, you're really filling that top up with ice. Like, I don't want it.
And one of us three is going to be motivated to do it.
Bullying you two into doing it today.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh fuck, you've done it. Now I'm a bitch if I don't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like it might seem unhealthy, but I think it's good. It's good. So it can be hard to find people to like go to the gym with you.
Or what's better, being pressured into doing some drugs, or being pressured into getting a pool of ice is going to make you feel happy for the rest of the day.
Yep. It just refers back to that healthy peer pressure.
It also makes it easy if you genuinely like it.
Yes.
Going to the gym, like if you
100%.
genuinely like it, and also someone like me, think about what you're going to feel like after. Like, oh, I'm going to feel much better if I do it. If I don't do it, I'm going to feel like crap.
You've also got to think in decades as well. Like we're all sort of thinking so far ahead of the future, and just right now we're doing the things that are going to get us there when the time comes. People just think about like the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing you can do to do.
Jesus Christ.
That's also something that builds confidence, though. Like knowing that, like I'm going to be 10 years in the future. Like
I've always said this. If I'm not where I want to be in 10 years, I'd rather kill myself. I just wouldn't want to be here.
100%. Like it does make you cringe though when you see like.
It does.
I have friends from high school and just people I've met, just acquaintances, whatnot, and I followed them on Instagram, whatnot, and then I'll see them posting how the weekend broke up with his girlfriend, and I'm like, holy fuck, I could not give a single shit about the weekend breaking up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But this is really relevant to these people's lives.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible, isn't it? Like, they actually care.
Speaking of the weekend.
Yeah, the weekend. Yeah, they're posting like Kim Kardashian has split up with blah blah blah.
Well, you got to fill your life up with something. It's like
that's right.
If you don't have like anything going on yourself, that's why they have soap opera shows and stuff like that. Because it's just a social life that you're not even living.
That's it. People that go home, they have no social life, so they watch Neighbours, and they're so absorbed in that because it's it feels so good to like be involved in this drama and stuff. So don't actually worry about it.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. Like, if you're not actively developing your own life, and like, I'm not trying to say, I'm trying to become a celebrity or whatnot, right? At a base level, yes, I'm trying to further my own brand.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like everyone, especially in today's day and age, where everything is just so convoluted within social media, right? You have to have a personal brand. Things like Instagram, for example, that's a perfect example of furthering yourself in life.
Yeah. We need those consumers though, because otherwise then there's not this.
Yeah, good point.
So like we can't go out and sort of preach it to everyone because it's not for everyone. We need those people, otherwise we wouldn't be sitting here right now. And everyone would be sitting here, everyone would have a podcast.
Right. So this podcast here, it's not for everyone.
No, it's fucking it's definitely not.
No.
It's definitely not. I feel like there's always going to be consumers, so
Well, there has to be for us to get anywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
If everyone was
We should be grateful.
we wouldn't have a job.
See, like consuming this is good because we're helping you and we're teaching you how to step out of it. So like you can always consume fucking self-help videos. That's always a good thing, but you got to do real stuff in the real world.
I think experience is just the best thing. Like getting yourself out in the real world and just going through shit. That'll always be the best way to improve. Like just toss yourself in some uncomfortable situation. You're going to become comfortable in that situation.
Yep, exactly right. I always preach just doing something hard every single day in the morning. A lot of people think having a cold shower is irrelevant, and
it's like a fraud or whatever. It's a scam.
Yeah, exactly right.
It doesn't even have to be a cold shower. Like if you're addicted to alcohol, like going out sober and trying to talk to people will be fucking like. That'll be the scariest shit ever. But if you do that enough times, you're gonna be like, oh, this is just normal.
Yeah,
that's how I normally am. And you're gonna become comfortable in your own skin without alcohol.
Yeah. Alcohol and fake confidence. It's huge because you're going to be not confident at all without it. So if you just learn to go out, be confident without alcohol, you just don't need to drink. It's not something you need to do.
Exactly. Like it is very funny though. Like when someone asks you, like, "Oh, so what do you drink?" And I'm like, "I don't drink," and they're like, "Oh, so you're one of those guys."
You're one of those guys.
Yeah.
In Australia, man, it's killer.
Australia is the worst. I think the UK is pretty much an amplified Australia. Actually, I wouldn't even say that.
I think Australia's worse.
Australia's pretty bad.
Australia would be worse.
It's the drinking side.
If you step into a pub drinking water, just
tell them it's vodka. So
that's what I mean.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, like
you're gay and you're fully yourself if you don't drink.
That's it. People actually get confused if you tell them you don't drink. It's like, what? You don't drink what? You don't drink beer? What do you drink? Whiskey? It's like,
especially because we're so young. They expect everyone our age is out doing drugs and shit.
But they say like, you need to have fun. But it's like if you just go without it, like you're gonna reset to the same level of dopamine. It's like I'm having more fun than you.
Yeah, we enjoy the little things because
I hate to refer back to Hamza, our Lord and Savior, right? But what he does like preach with instant and delayed gratification, I'm sure like he's not the only one who's done that, right? That's just the source I've got it from. But when he says, like the more you delay your gratification, the more things you do to sort of raise your baseline level of dopamine.
Yeah.
What we just said then, like it makes perfect sense, right? When people view my lifestyle and think, how the fuck, how do you live like this?
It's so boring. You have no social life, blah, 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 blah.
But in reality, all it takes for my brain to feel that, fun chemical, like I don't need enough stimuli to get what you're getting.
Yeah.
It's literally the same with porn, right?
Yeah.
So this is why it's like, again, it's very detrimental because you start off with, like sexy girls in bikinis, right? And then it gets to, like an actual sex scene or whatever. And then you've got multiple tabs open and then just like all this shit.
And that's where your dopamine is just the unhealthy levels. Like, thing is, right, everyone's at baseline. It's just a matter of how you manage it. So, Will, you could do a good job of explaining this. Like, so what's sustained dopamine versus like quick spurts of dopamine?
So if you have a quick spurt of dopamine, say for instance, you go on social media and you just start scrolling, it's going to go up. Like your dopamine level is going to go up. But then as soon as it goes up, it's just gonna drop like
below baseline,
way below baseline. And then you can be, I feel like shit now. Maybe I'll eat some ice cream, straight back up, and it's just this all day for most.
That's why you feel so irregulated and so shit all the time.
That's why you need to regulate your dopamine. Like especially me, I've tried to pretty much cut out all consuming on social media. But now I've noticed if I actually do somehow end up, like I still end up looking at shorts or Instagram reels or something, but now I find the videos that come up like so funny now. Like it'll be some meme that like I'd usually
some
scroll
cat video.
Yeah, like I'd scroll like 100,000 times past it before, but now I look at it like, yo, that's hilarious. Send it to everyone.
Or like something you would normally go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, literally you scroll
Actually,
and
be
just,
like,
yeah,
sort of thing,
Yeah, so it's like, no, you definitely need to regulate it because some people like they'll have a vape, they'll have their phone, they'll have Netflix up, they'll be like FaceTiming someone,
They'll be having a wank at the same time.
Yeah, but
they're just touching their dick or something.
But then that's now their baseline. So anything below that,
you feel like shit.
and then that's when they go, I'm depressed. I need to go.
Yeah, that's when they're driving like 200 down the fucking Princess Freeway. Like,
I loved her, man.
I loved her. She left me. Yeah, it's like it's detrimental, man. It's fucking killing young people. Like, you don't need to speak. You just need to regulate your dopamine. What do you think depression is?
What I think depression is, it's a sustained level of shitty lifestyle.
Yeah,
Literally plain and simple.
sustained level of
I do think some people like you can have depression, but I don't think it comes from the sky. It doesn't just get
It's not like an illness you develop. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, it's an
illness you develop from poor lifestyle.
That's it.
And obviously you can be genetically more prone to it. Like there's genetic predispositions and stuff. But like, what else are you going to do? You're going to sit there and you're just going to dwell on it and you're just going to fucking... Well, you're just going to improve because what else can you do? The only thing you can do is just try and improve every day. That's all you can do. And you can just wake up and say, I'm going to smash it today.
Yeah. Well, like this morning, for instance, I was looking at all the Snapchat stories of people I've like followed before and it's just like clubs and stuff like this. And it kind of makes me sad. It's like, that just looks so depressing to me. Just on repeat. Weekend after weekend. It's like you don't have any goals. Like that's
stuck in a loop.
How can you wake up in the morning and just like, what are you looking like? You're not aiming towards anything. How can you live like that?
Bro, I
don't understand. I don't understand it. Like I really don't.
I know what you're saying, bro. I made a TikTok a while ago. I think anyone who follows me at the moment, you probably know exactly.
White clubs are shit.
Yeah, white clubs are shit. I pretty much copied you, by the way. I mean,
We all copied each other.
they're really
Collaborative amount of views.
What do we get? Like a collaborative, like fucking 10 million views or something?
That's pretty much what it was.
I think if I'm coming up to 1 million views on my one.
Yeah, we all made one.
Yeah, we all made one. Yeah,
almost because it's such a because when you take a dig at clubs, because it's so close to their heart,
they're so connected
to their lives. It's like, holy shit, this guy's like attacking my identity almost. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. That is true.
If you actually look at the comments, right, it says bro's allergic to fun is usually the one. Like you get some funny ones like, bro got rejected by 3 one time.
Well, we are allergic to fun, obviously.
Yeah, right. So right. But what those people fail to understand is what we're doing right now is fun. Like, wow.
It's sustained fun.
Exactly.
It feels good for like, I can film it, I can edit it, I can just, it's getting me to the end objective. And anything doing that is making me happy.
It's the same people that defend their lifestyle. They're the ones that like, are the ones complaining how depressed they are, how much they feel like shit.
Yep.
And they'll actually almost brag about their degeneracy and how shit they. It's like almost like a flex for them.
Yeah, it's
I've seen this.
Even yourself, like in your transformation video, I think it was one of them, and it said Saturdays now. Oh, sorry, Saturdays then and Saturdays now.
Yeah.
And the Saturdays then, like you guys used to be all bragging about how you were downing beers and shit.
Yeah, that was like I thought I was Steve will do it down in 2 bottles of vodka, following up with spiced rum. Like it's, but I can confidently say that back then. I felt like shit 90% of the time.
Yeah, you look back and you almost cringe. Like I was in that state.
It's like, yo, like what the fuck was I doing all that for?
It was all a blur to me.
Yeah, it all becomes a blur. And I was thinking back to before that stage of alcohol when we were sort of kids growing up, even just like playing Fortnite, like some bad habits, but like we're kids. But that was so much fun. Like I could say I wake up and I was actually happy.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you get alcohol and other stuff involved,
Yeah, literally, as soon as we started drinking, it all went downhill. Like, remember we'd like go to each other's houses and we'd just play Fortnite for a couple hours, and then we'd walk down to the school at night time, and that was the best.
Dude, those were the days. They were the days.
If we started drinking, that was not fun.
Yeah, that's true. That is actually really true. Like, we grew up obviously making videos, and Roy, you did too. Like, we've known each other for how many years now? I'd probably date back like 5 years or something.
Yeah,
longer than that.
I think the first time I saw you guys in real life, it was in Coles. I think I was like 14.
Yeah. You were like twigs on.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years.
I know.
We were both twigs. Crazy. Now we're all fucking jacked. But no, but it's actually it's crazy because we were both making Fortnite videos at the time, and then we sort of lost connection for a bit, and then we get connection again. This was only about last year. About last year, we got connection, and we're both making self-improvement videos and going to the gym.
J-Moss actually had the theory on
that is crazy.
Like, shout out J-Moss. He actually made a video saying how he has a theory that all people that were playing Fortnite eventually just got into the gym.
Fortnite or Minecraft.
People who were into scooters got into cars, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What?
It's a...
What? Yeah, no, I noticed that because I have a friend, like, I've known for so long. He was fully into scooters.
Yeah.
Now he's fully into cars.
Yeah, fully into cars.
I was a Fortnite kid. And look at me.
Is there something genetic there, or is it just the way you grow up? I don't know. Going off topic here, so we're talking about it's really easy for us to make videos, and we know what we're doing here. We know we're making a podcast, and we know what objective to get to. For someone like little Jeff on the other end of this, who's 14, to 20 years old, and people tell him you need to find your purpose, you need to get your purpose. What is your purpose? It's easy for us to find our purpose. How would he go about it if he's got no hobbies? And I get this a lot. If he's got no hobbies, how does he find his purpose? It's a tough question.
It's a tough question. How does little Jeff find his purpose?
How does little Jeff find his purpose?
Easy to answer.
Yeah.
Just try out different stuff.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's all you can really do, isn't it?
That's all you can do.
You sort of have to, like when you say little Jeff, it's almost like he could be anyone. He could be he could be the scooter kid. He could be the Fortnite kid. You don't really know.
Yeah.
You got to sort of figure that out, yourself. I guess.
It's like get creative with it. Like you don't have to make. You see these self-improvement videos. You don't have to make self-improvement videos. You could, if you like cars, man, go start like a car business. Make steering wheel covers or some shit. Like what I find is productive and what's gonna make you money in the future is find your hobby, find a product you can sell to people like you as like something what they need. So like you like motorbikes, make motorbike grips. That's probably the best thing you could do if you want to make money from what you love, I'd say.
Exactly right. You just got to monetize your passion.
Yeah.
Or just like, what do you wish existed the most that doesn't exist? And then just put everything into just making that happen.
As long as it solves a problem.
Fill a gap in the market, just like what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
With, the 1% podcast.
There's a lot of people online I notice, they're like, oh, don't follow your passion. They say you shouldn't make money doing your passion or whatever. It's easy for them to say, but I don't think a lot of people can just sit there and fucking sit on the stocks all day, and that's depressing to me, man. Like,
you have to have almost a robotic attention span.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people have that. I think it's easier to just everyone has everyone has something they like doing. Surely, like,
it refers back to the whole like you only live once sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're actively, like I know a lot of older people tend to do this. They tend to ignore what's really in their heart and what they really want to do for a stable job, and then they sort of stay in there, and then the wife Susan sort of edges them on and tells them, no, just stay there, like where
and all the different social conditioning, like they go to the pub and everyone's like, yeah mate, concreting's hard job, someone's gonna do it, shit like that. That keeps them fucking depressed.
Someone's gonna do it. Why does it have to be you?
Yeah. I don't know, well, sort of, it's gay to do what you love anyway, so
yeah, that's true. That's pretty
100%.
I think it is like, it's not a bad thing to start with though, like a trade. Like it definitely hardens you up. Like it definitely like I know people that work trades and like you can tell that they work trades. But to stay there your whole life, you're gonna fuck up your body, you're gonna fuck up your mind.
To stay there your whole life, you've got to be not all there.
Nah. I don't know how people do it,
especially the harder ones. Maybe in the union if you're a carpenter or whatever, and like you sort of like putting trusses up or whatever. Like, I'm not going to sit here and call you a loser. Like, that's cool. Like, if you like doing that, fucking fine. But fucking concreting or bricklaying, no way. There's no way you can like that. There's no chance.
Well, it's kind of half not their fault, though, because they grew up thinking...
Yeah, it's a different age now. You didn't have, like, 3 average white guys in a room, like, telling you to do something different back then.
Yeah.
Back then, it was all just, like, work, provide, whatever.
But even now, though, like, in school, they just...
When I was in year 9, I remember they were telling me you have to find a job, like, quick as...
Yeah,
and that you have to find a job, and I just went. The first thing I did was the fencing because that's
that was like that's pretty much how I got into bricklaying.
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, you're gonna have to you stick at that."
They sit you down in a room. They said, "Look, your tests aren't that good. You can't memorize algebra. So look, I think the best option is you just go into the trade.
Yeah.
Because the government needs trade workers. They need houses built, for fuck's sake. Like, it's not going to work if everyone's doing this. So, no.
And they make it like it's impossible to get out of it.
It's, bro. Okay, so this is crazy. Do you want to share your experience with, like, selling an online product? Because people fucking overcomplicate making money online. And I'd argue it's pretty easy.
I'd say you guys sort of like did the opposite thing where you focused on the products first.
The business first.
And then sort of like the whole, marketing techniques and whatnot, right? But because I did the opposite, I found that I actually got a lot more success, a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say easier, right? But it's a lot easier to sell a product when you've actually got customers to buy it.
Yeah, you've got an audience who is deeply invested in your brand and you.
And if you're authentic as a person and, you've supplied good information before, whether that be in, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and you're supplying information to your audience, and then you say, oh, well, you can get you can get information that's even better, but you just have to pay $9.99. Then sure, like maybe they will buy it, So it's all about just being real, authentic, and being true to the viewers and something.
100%. So because they trust you, so build the audience, then sell something.
Yep,
I'd say also that is like a healthy way of doing it, and that's you're going to get good results.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it work out the same in the end though? When he did it, it was just when he released a product, it was just all at once. But for us, it would just be gradually getting.
Well, I'd say if you build the business first, you're going to know a lot more about business. Maybe you can sell without having the personal brand, but I'd say building a personal brand is easier than selling products for sure. So if you build the personal brand and then release a product, even if it's mediocre, people are still going to buy it.
Especially these days with the short attention spans, making content is it's stupidly easy. You can chuck easy. You can chuck in a few photos. TikTok will automatically do the whole carousel thing. Chuck on an audio. I've seen videos like that get millions of views.
It's never been easier.
You can $10,000.
You can get an AI tool, pop in a YouTube video, and it'll spit out like 100 shorts with subtitles, Alex Hormozy style. How fucking crazy is that?
It's amazing.
It's too easy.
Do you think it's a positive thing that we're born in this generation, or a negative thing?
Fuck.
I think because of what we're doing, it's good. But for most people who are just being degenerates, no.
Yeah.
Because of the internet. Look.
Yeah. I definitely think the culture these days is fucking turned into shit.
Yeah.
It is turning into shit.
It's difficult to find a woman you can actually trust as well based on, antics. That's
what is your opinion on like the dating market now?
I'm just not in it really.
Yeah, I've noticed that. You're very. I would argue that's a good thing because you're not distracted.
No, I mean obviously there's always this primal desire to
to fuck,
procreate with women or whatever, right? But so that's never going to go away. So I'd argue having someone there, to be with, all the time. Just I'm not saying like using them like, oh fuck it, this is going to sound terrible. Don't cancel me. Just someone there to be with and have a connection and just things like that. Because if you don't have that, then you're going to have to resort to things like
pulling your dick every day. That's what I always say. Like
exactly.
Oh, I need to have women in my life, otherwise I just feel like a loser just sitting there. Like I feel gay, touch my own dick, to be honest. Like if you guys are pulling your dick every day, that is kind of gay. Like you are handling it, whether it be yours or someone else's, touching your dick every day is kind of gay.
So if I'm even sitting here and I accidentally touch my dick, that's gay.
That's not gay. That's like I could accidentally slip and fucking touch it. That's not gay. I don't like touching your dick. That's just like
gays, but
nothing wrong with gays.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
Like,
nothing wrong with gays. Nothing wrong with gays. I'm pretty gay.
Oh no, but TikTok. No, that's like it's like I could suck dick. That doesn't make me gay. But if I like sucking dick, that makes me gay.
Right. So you would suck dick for how much?
Fuck. What are the easiest meals someone can eat to bulk? Once again, young Jimmy, if he wants to bulk, how does he bulk? Protein oats.
Yeah.
Beef mince.
Beef mince?
I'd say beef.
It depends. Do you want to eat a lot of carbs or?
Oats
is easier.
Actually, it's always going to be liquid calories because that's the less satiating. Like if you buy a big bag of protein powder, some oats and some milk, that is literally all you need to gain weight.
Get a big ceramic bowl, fill it to the top with quick oats, 2 scoops of protein powder in there, milk, microwave, 2 minutes.
It's over 1,000 calories.
It's over 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
Eat that in the morning, you are going to get pretty big pretty quickly. There are probably things that are better for you, but like it's not bad for you.
If you're someone like me who's very skinny and you're struggling to get in calories, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But the only reason I say protein oats and not like liquid calories is because fuck me, dude. When I was bulking up, right? So I would drink these things called Oat Pluses.
I had one of those every day after school.
When you drink Oat Pluses, right? They've got about 30 grams of protein, but think it's about like 45 grams of sugar.
What?
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
So
That's nuts.
and and I was drinking 2 of them a day. My skin did not thank me for it.
Fuck.
Just say that.
That's probably why I got bad acne.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah,
acne.
exactly right. So that combined with genetic predisposition to pimples, hormones, all the above, like you're going to have shitty skin.
Yeah.
But no, like taking care of your skin's gay. So like, yeah.
Oh, 100%, man. You want to look like a crocodile for the rest of your life. Get in the sun as much as possible. Don't use sunscreen.
With a leather back.
Yeah, also, like, a shit ton of whey will make you just fart nonstop. So,
Oh, bro, and beans.
and beans as well.
Yeah.
But I actually would say that like a whole foods only diet will fucking change your life, man.
me about it.
Red meat
Yeah.
and just eating like food that was invented before the fucking 1900s. That's gonna make you feel so much better.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like beef changed my life, to be honest.
Beef mince, yeah. Like
Beef meat's changed my fucking life.
Yeah, but like, and we haven't even taken it to the next level. Like, you can get grass-fed ground beef and stuff.
You can get lean beef and all the rest of it.
grass finished organic beef.
Yeah, like full go down.
Hard when you're in a bulk, though.
It is hard. It is hard when you're in a bulk, but I think if you buy a big bag of whey protein and you start buying beef, man, it's pretty easy to gain weight. And like, I hear so many like skinny guys, like coming from a skinny guy who was like 50 kilos at one stage, like.
I can't gain weight.
Yeah, I can't gain weight, but what do you bring to school or work? Oh, I got some Pringles, I got some my Doritos.
My mummy will make me a sandwich.
I have like 3 ham sandwiches. I have like 3 of them. It's like, bro, you need to have 7 meals a day. Like,
Yeah. The easiest way to do it, meal prep.
meal prep, yeah. You can do it all in one day and have it for the whole week. Yeah.
And then you need to eat the tubs of food, otherwise they go off, so you need to eat them.
People act like it's an effort. But it's more of an effort
To go out every day.
Make food every day or buy food every day. See, like I can't give any advice for losing weight because I've never really. But it's like
Had a problem.
It's like eat less
Eat
calories
less.
though. It's like
Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to say something that's very important, like very, very important. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of overweight people listening to this. I'm not an expert on losing weight, but I actually do have common sense. So what I mean by that is the whole reason why obesity is even a thing in the first place is because of the foods we're eating. Now, that's obvious, right? But the types of foods you're eating, when you eat processed fucking shit food, right? They have been processed to a point where they've just been packed full of shit. So when you eat this stuff, it actually sends hormones in your brain to tell you to eat more of it, right? On top of that, the calories that are in this food is even exponentially more than what you would eat in, say, like a chicken breast. I challenge you, the viewer, right now. Tomorrow, I want you to try and get into a calorie surplus by only eating raw chicken. Not raw chicken, chicken, okay? Don't die. But yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. So it's impossible. If you're just eating like, whole foods, raw protein, you're not going to get fat. It's impossible.
Yeah, and also the most fast food is packed with so much sodium. Even if you don't eat enough calories to gain weight, your like skin is just going to bloat up. You're going to hold so much water.
like a water
Chuck up the
machine.
photo of when I was just holding so much water in my bulk because I was just under the impression, I'll hold dirty bulk, I'll have Guzman Y Gomez, I'll have...
This is perfect. I can see whatever I want.
Yeah, look, I'm gaining weight. Half of it's...
I go to gym, eat whatever I want. Look like a
It
mess.
says dirty bulk, but like just look at your face. Like it just swells up.
Exactly.
It's like I'm gaining weight quicker than I was back then, but my face is not holding as much water because it's all just whole foods. Because that stuff's packed full of sodium.
Yeah, a lot of what people do when they go to the gym is they sacrifice their face for their body, and that is probably the most retarded shit you can do.
What's that called? The male gaze.
Yeah, exactly right. Obviously, you can't really avoid it when you do go through a bulking phase, right? But when you go too far in the bulk, and then you start to get like a really puffy, watery,
Yeah.
That's the mistake I made.
That just looks bad.
Look, it happens to everyone, So the goal is to bulk, but to only don't stay like that. You need to cut down, lose the body fat, get lean. Not just for women, but just for yourself. Feel good about yourself. Like you'll notice the difference almost instantaneously. Even someone like me who's like a hard gainer, you lose that extra body fat. It comes right off your face straight away. Like
That's the first place it comes off is your face. I'd say that's probably the easiest thing actually to look more attractive is just lose the face fat and lose the water.
Yep.
I noticed when I was on my cut, I was like chiseled as fuck in the face, and I was noticeably more attention from females and like more respect from males probably.
that's why bulking does suck. Like we're all in the middle of a bulk right now.
Yeah, that's why we're all looking.
We're all looking fucking sloppy at the moment. apart from you though. I feel like you haven't put on much fat at all.
Yeah.
Still looking lean as fuck.
Muscles go because I've gained like 5 kilos since I started, but I'm not getting that. I'm not that much fatter.
Yeah.
I know when I gain fat, it just goes straight to here.
Goes
same.
first into the submentals, neck, cheeks, just general like moon face.
I think that's
and
also-
then it starts going to my stomach.
Look at all this.
Yeah. That's what I think a big misconception that people have is like they think they're ugly genetically, but like they're just holding water and fat in their face.
Exactly.
I look like a troll, like even a year ago.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
fucking huge. People think they're born ugly and they can't change it.
that's what I thought. I thought I was genetically like fucked. Like I was like, oh my nose is off.
I mean,
like, I have no jaw.
okay.
It's like, just chop off the body.
Think about the human skull, right? Your skin is just surrounding the human skull. When you look at all human skulls, are relatively the same. So you just need to lose all the fucking water and all the fat, and you will almost look good, unless you've got like a seriously fucked up like deformity or something. Like a lean face is an attractive face most of the time.
100%.
As long as you got that jaw and your lean face, you're good.
Build these muscles up as well.
And also, you can build muscles in your face. So you can build these. What are they called?
Basically, what the masseter muscles are, so you're going to look right here. So at the moment, I'm only training this side of my jaw, which is the left side, because for some reason, I think I was only habitually chewing on my right side. So you'll see right here. The difference in that is incredible. This is very angular, whereas this is like rounded. So imagine I never chewed. I never really chewed habitually on one side or whatever, right? Never jaw trained, whatnot. This would be also here, and I wouldn't really have an angular jawline. So the goal is to let me pedal back a little bit. So if you have wide cheekbones, sort of like how I do, you want to chew to a certain point where it doesn't extend beyond your cheekbones. When it does get beyond your cheekbones, you run the risk of looking like a chipmunk. People like Brad Pitt, they can get away with it because they have like niche appeal, whatever. Right?
Facial symmetry.
Yeah, right. So, but when you're someone who, has like sort of like a narrow face and you sort of like, narrow cheekbones or whatever, and then you develop your masseters, it just does not look right. So the goal is to have your jaw width be about 90% of your cheekbone width.
Would you say you can go too far with increasing your like facial attractiveness? Like,
I think we talked about this before.
Like becoming too obsessive with just your face, though.
No.
You don't think you can do too far?
I mean, it's like when you're bodybuilding, it's like you obsess over
true.
aesthetics and stuff.
You're never going to stop wanting to get more muscle.
Exactly right. So like I said before, it's you're always going to be obsessed with progress. That's just human nature. So
as soon as you start, you're not stopping, are you?
I think a lot of people misconstrue this for like insecurity, but I think it's more just objectively fixing the points.
Exactly.
It's like a game. Like I said before, it's just like a game. Like you're just seeing how much you can do with what you've got. I don't think that's unhealthy.
I think it's sick to do and like to gamify everything.
Yeah, 100%. It's fun, bro. It's like, this is what I find fun.
Yeah. Like when I wake up, I have goals. Like I set goals, and that's like, that is so like fulfilling for me because I know what I'm working towards. That's why I don't understand people who don't have goals. It's like, what are you thinking about all day?
Well, I actually did have a point in my life where I sort of lost. I took a break from YouTube and I was just doing a bunch of drugs, doing alcohol, doing like the usual thing. And my mind was just scattered everywhere. I was like just waking up like just as a blank sheet of paper. It's fucking depressing. No wonder you're depressed, bro.
Yeah, but people's thoughts, they get filled up with whatever's on their phone. Like when they wake up, they'll be like, phone, scroll, oh yeah, okay, now my brain's been activated. It's been, that's much better.
That's so much better, yeah.
It's so much better because it's like, oh, because now I've got shit I can think about on my phone.
Well, they're back to baseline once they do that. That's where their baseline sits. So anything below that is
That's why people's screen times are like 10, 11, I've seen 12 hours.
12 hours. No, 13 hours.
13 hours.
13 hours, yeah.
Oh my God. So Roy, what is the quickest ways to get attractive?
lose body fat, correct your skin. So like if you're someone with poor skin condition, so for example me or like Lockie who's behind the camera, we're both on Accutane, so like that just usually comes down to genetics or hormones. So if you have a predisposition to get a fuck ton of acne, just get on Accutane. If you're someone with a better baseline of acne, so say for example you get like 1 or 2 pimples here and there, you can use tretinoin. And then the final thing that I would recommend is, did I touch on physique? I don't think I did.
No.
Get a good physique.
Yeah.
Those 3 things that will definitely separate you.
Yeah, going to the gym will actually change your facial structure too.
Exactly.
Like it's actually insane. It changes quite a bit.
Yeah,
and especially because you get lean from working out, that'll change as well. I feel like people that have pimples, like, is Accutane like not a very well known thing, or
No, it's very
I'd say like not many people talk about it, especially like it's actually incredible how many people I've stumbled upon and they've told me they're on Accutane.
Yeah.
But you would have never known unless you asked them. So
Yeah,
it's very, very, very common. And there's a fuck ton of like, people saying on the internet like, oh, it's this, it's going to cause major side effects, whatever. To be honest, probably one of the best side effects is clear skinitis. It's a terrible thing. It's really bad.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for it.
Well, you look like shit, bro. Like it's just so clear and like smooth. I prefer that red irritated look.
Yeah, like that UAV orbital.
Yeah. Like when there's like pus sort of like
exactly
accumulating on your forehead.
Right. Yeah, those are the three things. I'd probably say the last one would be fashion as well.
Fashion's huge. I think an underrated one would be literally raising your testosterone will make you look more masculine, which is
and make you walk
that's
different,
more attractive.
different.
Yeah.
I have another one that will make you look more attractive, but it only works for someone like us who is like Ranger, is darken your eyebrows and, well, this is also with everyone, but the type of haircut. Because you have to get like a haircut will suit.
Don't look at me. Get a fade. Yeah.
No, I don't think everyone suits a fade. Like I can't imagine Rory with a fade. It has to be.
Yeah, right. So like when you're thinking of getting a haircut, usually try and target where like the most narrow part of your face is. So it's not completely scientifically backed. It's sort of just something that I thought of myself. But say for example, you have like a narrow forehead. So I have like kind of like a narrow forehead because I've got more of like an oval shaped face. So like my forehead and my jaw is like the most narrow, and then my cheekbones pop out. So then I would have more volume on top to sort of like create more face.
Yeah, true. If you're like a blonde guy or a Ranger guy and you've got no eyebrows, literally, please, I beg of you, just dye your eyebrows, bro. Because when someone's looking at you and you have no eyebrows, it creates like an error in their head. Because I'm being serious. Like,
I know.
It creates like an error in their head, and it's like, sort of, what am I looking at? Like, they don't even evaluate you as like a regular human face.
You have less emotion.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't compute because it's like, what am I looking at? I look like a
less expression. I mean,
yeah.
And also, what I noticed looking back at old photos, when people have eyebrows and they shave them and they look weird, you look like that all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just that people are used to it, but once you're used to dyeing your eyebrows, you look back and you're like, crap.
To add to that, if you do have like thin eyebrows or just like they're just not very noticeable even if you dye them, apply minoxidil to the desired area. So for example, I've never really had that problem, but for other people who like tend to have like frail thin eyebrows but they're also not noticeable, minoxidil first and then dyeing them like a darker color. But
why do you think a lot of guys don't care about their attractiveness and they don't do anything?
I mean, I don't know. This is an interesting discussion. Like, would you rather live in ignorance or like suffer in?
I think it's they're insecure about doing something like putting on makeup to change.
Yeah, maybe the insecurity of like the judgment of others is overpowering the insecurity of how they look.
I think it's more to do with they don't understand the importance of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of something like, up until maybe a year ago or maybe even 6 months ago, actually, like I never really thought about the importance of it. And then when I did start focusing on it and then I did end up becoming more attractive, I was initially like straight away just noticed, like more positive feedback, more attention from people. Like what you touched on before with the whole negative versus positive feedback loop. The sad reality of it is if you are Chad, then Chad gets positive feedback, meaning he lives a better life. So it's either, like you're gay for caring about the way you look, but you get, you live a happier life.
Also, if, sorry to cut you off, but if you are a dude with normal primal instincts, you're going to want to fuck chicks, right? So the top 10% of guys are fucking 90% of the chicks. So like if you don't improve your looks and you're not like a naturally Chad looking guy, which you're probably not, you're just going to be left behind and you're not going to have a massive selection of chicks, which is going to anger you. It's going to sexually frustrate you.
I hear it all the time, like on the workplace and stuff, people saying like, they're like, oh, my wife won't fuck me.
Yeah, I don't get sex anymore. I have to wank in the bathroom. And then it's like that to me it's not a life worth living.
No, fuck.
It's not. I'm sorry.
No, but it's gay to improve your attractiveness. In the gym or anything. It is. Yeah, like your whole personality is gym.
Yeah.
How many points do you say if you're rating men on an attractiveness scale? How many points do you think you could bump up?
Okay, do you want to? I remember we were talking about this in the car. It was wheat waffles. You asked me how like compare wheat waffles to a celebrity. If he say Looksmaxxer as hard as he could, what can he get to?
Yeah.
I'd say what I said in the car was Ryan Gosling.
I think so too.
Now, when you think of say Ryan Gosling, right, you think like, oh, he's the best looking guy of all time. But when it comes to like actors and celebrities and whatnot, there's a halo effect because they're actors, right? If you walk on the street and you find some like unknown like supermodel or some shit, but he doesn't act in movies, and then you get a female to say some shit like, oh, which one is more attractive? And then now she's sort of binded her. She's almost like attached herself to that character that Ryan Gosling played.
Yeah.
So now he's more attractive in her mind.
Yeah.
So that's why the black pill actually isn't true, because personality does matter. But
it's all
true
the
to an
status though.
extent.
It's the status thing. Like
Yeah, right.
100%.
So much status.
There's a lot of attractive famous guys that like if they were a nobody, they would not be attractive.
They'd just be dead.
They'd just be dead average guys. So like that's why you have to improve in all aspects. It'll make you more attractive as a human.
Look, status, money, and personality.
Also, I just want to touch on wheat waffles for a second. I don't know, I might be missing something here, but from what I understand, can you actually define the black pill for me real quick? Because I'm not quite...
Define the black pill. I mean, there's a lot of different definitions to it, isn't there?
What's the base? What basically do they believe in?
That looks is the only thing that matters, and if you're born with a certain eyelid shape, it's over and you should kill yourself.
Yeah, if you have prey eyes, you should...
That's a thing?
Yeah.
No, I know, right? No, it actually is. I know,
Hunter
and
eyes.
that's probably exaggerating it, but like basically it's more so just like they're sold on like really like being realistic. But what I can't understand is like the whole overleader of black pill, which is wheat waffles. He can do so much to improve his looks. Like he's got this army haircut, and I've seen his... Bro, I'm so sorry, wheat waffles, if you ever see this, but the clothes you're wearing look like from an op shop. Okay, it doesn't look like you hit the gym at all. I don't know how you can promote black pill and like you're doomed if you've never tried. Never tried. Anyone that has gone to the gym, built up a good physique, improved their facial attractiveness. Yeah. It's like, of course you can get fucking amazing results.
Yes,
it's like, you're not doomed, bro.
It's terrible. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. It's almost a version of positive versus negative nihilism.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a positive nihilist, which, I'm not going to attach that to myself, right? But yes, you acknowledge that, yes, like, most things don't really matter, right? Or, yes, looks are important or things like that, right? Yeah. And you can use that as, a fuel to improve yourself. Or you can just use the negative aspect to it, which is like, looks matter so much.
Fuck my life.
And I'm born with a certain nose and shape and gonial angle. And then you just don't do shit because you think one little minor flaw is going to fuck up your entire life.
They're seriously talking about AI girlfriends and stuff. Like they're talking about like, I have a negative eye chemical tilt. I'm fucked. Let's just wait until we get AI girlfriends. Like this is a serious discussion in the Black Pill Reddit. Serious discussion. I have seen dead ugly guys pull some pretty hot chicks. And I was like, maybe I'm fucking, what is it, blue pill or something. Like even the short guys, I've seen short guys pull, I've seen fat guys pull, I've seen ugly guys pull. Not to say that you should stay ugly or fat or whatever, but like, imagine how much girls they would pull if they were.
Status is a lot of it life setup as well. Like that's where I love First Man, because he's so real and he understands that the importance of like having like a good setup in your life and actually having some status, because that's massive. That's massive. Like every celebrity has almost they can pick between like any girl, pretty much regardless of their like attractiveness.
Obviously, it's not going to be as easy if you're an unattractive guy because it's not going to be easy to get in the door.
Yeah.
But if you've got charisma, maybe it might be easier to go up and talk and they can hear you out for a bit longer.
There's a lot of overcomplicating things, isn't there? Like,
massive.
I feel like I envy the guys who go through life doing fuck all. Look sloppy as fuck, but still get girls. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they don't care. But, like, it's hard to explain, man. Like, the lack of caring is almost a blessing, isn't it?
That's right. It's living in ignorance is, like, sometimes good, I guess. But I can't do it.
Well, I say this, like, the way of living of self-improvement is, like, enjoyable. It's an enjoyable way to live anyway. It's not like it's an effort.
Yeah.
Like, I like to live this way. I like the discipline and the self-accountability. And just the byproduct of that is just attraction for women and just from men. Like,
you become a sick cunt.
Yeah, like, but it's like an enjoyable way of life. So it's like, why wouldn't you go down that route? Like,
it's like pain is pleasure at the end of the day. Like the more you suffer, and it's like why we chuck ourselves in ice baths. Why do we fucking go to the gym? It's like I want more now. Like I want to be fighting in the cage now, and I want to like do this. I want to keep leveling up because like pain is pleasure.
Because you have a masochism kink, actually. It's nothing to do with
what?
it. Yeah, you like pain, like to be whipped.
Oh yeah,
you love
that shit.
You have a fetish for pain.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, well, it goes back to the dopamine. Like if you like just look at it as a chart, and you this is how I go about it. It's like I think of the chart all the time. It's like your baseline's here. If you seek pain, I actually did a video of this and I put up a graph. It's like when you seek pain, you experience a dip, and it's just going to shoot back up, and you're going to feel really good.
Who are the best YouTubers / fitness influencers
Of all time?
Of all time.
Hamza, First Man. This is just my own bias. Yeah, Hamza, First Man. Oh, you just talking self-improvement in general? Or
your favourite YouTubers and influencers?
Just my favourite.
Yeah, your favourite.
Yeah. Oof. Who do I even watch now? I actually don't watch YouTube.
Just watch yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't watch like anyone either. Really.
I'd say the people that have taught me the most, because I don't have a dad or like a father figure and whatnot. The people that did help me a lot was First Man, Hamza,
David Lade.
Yeah, of course. That got me into the gym. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so, just seeing his transformation fucking lit a fire under me.
I think a lot of people just started from Ziz and David Lade, and then they got into the other aspect through Hamza. Or what's the other one? Hamza, and there's another big one.
Jack Hops, but he was like
Jack Hops as well, I guess.
I think like the big three.
Fitness, bro, is like the number one thing that gets everyone into self-improvement.
It is. It's like the gateway drug.
Yeah.
Just like going to the gym, because once you go to the gym, you improve in that aspect. You go, fuck, my life's really improving. I feel better. Then once you feel better, you want to do more stuff. It just keeps going. Like,
that's crazy because for some reason I had this weird thing in my mind before I started gym. It's like, but does it work? And you look up how quick can you build muscle, and you look up transformation. You're like, fuck, does it work though? Does it really work? Well, of course it fucking works, and it's worked for all of us now. It's like, how crazy is that? Like now we're all just like, and was that something so painful and like
no, the whole process was enjoyable. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's a good way of living. Are steroids worth it, and how's the steroid experience with you?
Yeah, so basically what I take is I'll take Debolt, Tren, and then just a couple of those things.
I cannot wait to clip that up and take you out of context.
Nice.
Yeah, awesome, bro.
Appreciate that.
No worries.
Yeah, you have my permission.
That's sweet.
No, honestly though, like a steroid's worth it. I'm gonna say something really controversial here, I'm gonna say if you're a fitness influencer, yeah, they are worth it. Because yes, you're sacrificing your health for internet points. Right, but those internet points actually give you money, which means you can actually spend more money on increasing your health.
Yeah,
which sounds like I'm on steroids, but I'm actually not. But I'm just saying, like, logically, it is worth it.
It's worth it to a degree. I guess you lose your credibility though. I mean, you could be a fake natty. You could be a fake natty. That might be a good route to go, as long as you're like really good at faking it. If you're really good at faking it, then you can just fool your entire audience and sell products.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're a fake natty, it's logically.
Yeah. You'll get done for fraud probably at the end of the day because it's like false advertising.
True that.
But if you're really good at it, like you are, I'm not even kidding. No, actually, to be clear though, guys, no one in this room is on steroids
except Hayden.
I know it's hard to believe because they're bigger than you, but no, it's fucking serious.
That's how like the mindset works. Oh, this guy's bigger than me. He's on steroids.
Like I'll fucking put that on my mum's life. None of these guys are on steroids.
I think people like underestimate how big you can get naturally.
Yeah,
like even Joe Fraser, like you think he had no hope in the world. He is like he's big now. Like, he's big. That's probably like worst case scenario. Do you think Mike Thurston is natural?
I'm gonna have to say definitely not.
You know,
I've got.
Because he actually said he was down to do testing and everything.
Yeah, but he's down to do testing. But will he actually follow through with the testing?
So I've been watching a lot of the Mike Thurston podcasts, a lot of the Matt Does Fitness podcasts, and I've seen Mike Thurston's brother. Right, I literally just think he has 0.1% genetics.
0.0.
Maybe I'm naive.
I'm also like thinking he's natural as well.
Yeah, I'm actually sold on the fact that he's natural because for a start, that's his job. He's optimized everything. He's a smart guy, so he knows what he's doing in the gym. He's been training for fucking 14 years?
Something like that, yeah.
14 years, and I've heard him on the podcasts, and he's going to do the entire thing with the
Derek More
Plates, More Dates.
Oh, wow.
Well, the thing is, Matt Does Fitness went through that entire natural testing thing, where he got Derek to randomly drug test him over 7 months, and he came back natural. And then I was looking at the podcast with Matt Does Fitness next to Mike Thurston. I'm just looking at his biceps. I'm like, he mogs Mike Thurston. And he's natural. So it's like, it is possible.
Matt Does Fitness, his biceps are not natural, but he's natural.
Do you think Mike is one of those guys who look big for the camera but aren't actually that big in real life?
Yeah, so can you just look up how tall is Mike Thurston?
6 foot, 93 kilos.
Oh, he's 6 foot.
6 foot.
That's a little bit suspicious.
No, well, that's my height. But 93 kilos, that's not...
That's 3 kilos off what I am. 4 kilos off what I am.
I've watched a lot of people in my gym step on the scale at like 100 kilos, 110 kilos lean. But obviously that's enhanced.
I don't know.
But 93 kilos...
Maybe, Matt Does Fitness said this. Mike Thurston would have to be fucking insane, like clinically insane, to actually come out as fake natty, because he's been telling Matt or whatever that he's natural the whole time that he's known him. So I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
But I just think it is a good example that you can get... Like even Matt Does Fitness looks fucking insane. And he's done that naturally. So I think they definitely underestimate how big you can get naturally.
I
would say those are... Sorry, yeah. I would say those guys are the outliers, though. They're not...
100% of the outliers.
You know, like, don't be like, oh, yeah, I can be natural and get to Matt fitness level. Like, no, that's just not how it
Just
works.
99% of people just
to.
simply can't.
99% of people would lift weights and look like Joe Fazer. And I say that as like in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
Because he looks amazing. But then again, he is 6'4" as well, and it's very difficult to
Well-
work on size.
Like, just literally look at you, right? Your before photos, like, does it get worse than that, to be honest? Like, genetics-wise? Like, maybe you have good response to hypertrophy,
Yeah.
but, like, you just look at what you've done naturally.
I'd be willing to
It's
say...
fucking... It's actually insane.
I'd be willing to say it's like borderline like David Lage.
It's 100% borderline one of the best I've seen.
I'm not going to say it's like on that point because David, he started out like 90 pounds. I was like 130. Plus David's at like in his prime, he was at like 200 on that, like, 185 or something. So obviously, you know, like it's still fucking amazing, right? But, you know, everyone says like, oh, don't compare yourself to, you know, whatever comparisons that thief of joy or whatever.
Whatever.
But at the same time, bro, like when I do compare myself to guys like David, like it fucking fuels me to, you know, try and beat them at their own game. And
It's like a competition. That's what it is. Life is a competition.
yeah.
Do you think it's good to have like very high levels of competitiveness in your life? Like, for
Yes.
instance, surrounding yourself with a very high level gym and athletes.
100%.
I think it's massive. It's like if when I spend all day, because I barely go outside either the gym or my house, right? But when I go to like a normal environment like the shops, I'm like, fuck, whoa. I actually look decent. I actually look, because I'm just in the gym getting mogged all day. Then I go out to the shops, I'm like, shit, I actually look all right. Like,
Yeah, that's it, man. Like you're right. I don't have anything to add to that. Literally, yeah, exactly.
It's like, even because we all live with each other, it's like a mini competition all the time. So it's like, how many videos have you made today? Oh, I made 2. It's like, oh fuck, what have I done? I haven't even made any videos. It's like the same as the ice bath thing. It's like, what? It's like, what? You two are just going to get in the ice bath and I'm going to sit there like a fucking chump and not get in the ice bath?
That's where it's good to have mates to do everything.
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Compare
Mates
against
on
each
the
other.
same mission.
It's like, so you could either, do that, or they're all drinking. What am I going to be sitting there not drinking? I don't even
of
want to
course
be in
you're
that
gonna involve
situation.
yourself in that.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, it's just step yourself away from that environment.
Yeah. What do you think is a good place to find people to improve your life with? Like, to go to the gym with?
I'd say it's difficult because I feel like I found you guys just by pure luck.
That is pure fucking luck, to be honest.
But for the average person who wants to improve their lives, is on self-improvement, right? I'd say just cold approach someone at the gym, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
they're all in the gym. Let's talk about Dylan, for instance.
Yeah, no, this guy, like, literally biggest chat I've ever seen in my life, but he's very smart. The guy was, what was he doing? He was a physicist, I think it was. And
He studies in science.
Owns multiple businesses.
Yeah.
You know, like, is jacked as fuck. Looks amazing. Yeah. And, like, those are the types of people you can make connections with in the gym. If you just develop a set of balls, you can actually... You can actually make friends with high-value people.
Yeah.
Obviously, to a degree, though, like, you can't really be making friends with people like that if you aren't, you know, remotely high.
Yeah, 'cause there's-
yourself.
There's going to be no
The only reason he probably gave his time of day is because he's seen that we're all sort of, you know, in good shape
And recording at the gym.
and recording in the gym. Yeah.
So he knows we're about it. But for the average person, honestly, man, like, without even, like, trying to become friends with people, I'd just say, try and pick people's brains, especially in the gym. If you see some big roid monster, just go up
It's
to
like,
him.
how are you so big?
Literally, just
Apart from the steroids.
Yeah, of course. Just compliments him and be like, wow, amazing physique, bro. Don't ask him if he's natty because he might neck you. But besides that, like, literally just ask him, hey, so, like, what are some good exercises to build your bicep, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And just don't be a fucking pussy. Literally just speak to him.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you'll never know if you don't do it. And like, I've actually met like all of the people that are in my life now. I think I've actually met in the gym, or like, you know, I brought you guys to the gym. But
Yeah, right.
like, for instance, all of the models and stuff, like, yeah, they're all in the gym.
I try to have conversations with people that like I used to have in my life. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like,
But you feel like a cockhead, and you feel like you're egotistical for doing it. You're like, because you're not above them or whatever. If you're gonna put it like that, but
you can't relate. You just can't relate.
you just can't relate. You're not on the same like field.
I'd say if you're someone who knows they're surrounding themselves with the wrong people and they want to exit that lifestyle peacefully and quietly, the one thing to make sure you do is to not make it seem like you're above them in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Just quietly remove yourself. You know, if they invite you to a gathering or whatnot, bring up an excuse. Doesn't have to be real. You know, just things like that. Don't be like, actually, I'm a Sigma self-prover now. And, you guys aren't cool enough for me or whatever. And like, of course, they're going to react negatively. Obviously, it doesn't really matter how they react because like they don't really matter to you anymore. But in terms of just doing it the right way and doing it with the right approach without causing any, you know, truffle or whatever, you know, because a lot of people still do have those emotional connections to their friend groups and they still do value those opinions from those people of them. So it's always important to just do it in the quietest, most subtle way possible.
Yeah, just improve until you can't hear them anymore.
Right.
So like you're gonna just go so far fucking above that like they don't want to hang around you because like makes them feel bad, or they might want to leech off you. But I think most people, they won't even like want to talk to you because you're not doing what they're doing, and you're not doing what they're doing. That's fine. Yeah. So you just go separate ways. So the best way is just improve until like you can't even. It's not, and then you just surround yourself with people like this instead. Why do you think self-improvement isn't cool? Like it's not cool to be on self-improvement, and why is it easier to be negative?
Why is it easier to be negative? I'd say because it's just easier. Like it actually takes effort to, be kind to someone. You actually have to think, you actually have to think about what qualities does this person possess that, like is actually beneficial to society, versus like you could just pick at something face value, like, oh, this guy has short, stumpy legs, and you just pick on that or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like just things like that. What was the question before that?
Is why isn't self-improvement cool?
Why isn't self-improvement cool? I think the reason why self-improvement isn't cool, or, at least wasn't cool before, is because of the people that are running the self-improvement niche. If they're objectively nerds, right?
Yeah.
No one's going to listen to you.
Yeah,
right? Whereas if some big jack cunt comes in and he's like, self-improvement's really cool. And it's like, if you've ever watched The Boys, right? It was like this soldier boy, and he's talking to the camera, and he's like, drugs ain't cool, guys, or something like that, right? Because he's jacked, handsome guy saying like, oh, drugs ain't cool, so you're gonna listen to him, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you could say there is like a halo effect there as well.
Yeah, facts. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up there. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Obviously, it was our first episode, so there's heaps of improvements to be made, studio changes and adjustments that we need to make. But that was the episode with Rory. His socials are here and here, Instagram and YouTube. He's going to be on here heaps, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.